I've got another confession to make. I'm your fool. Everyone's got their chains to break, holding you. Were you born to resist or be abused? Is someone getting the best of you? Is someone getting the best of you? Are you gonna run to someone new? Is someone getting the best of you? Woo!
Somebody getting the best of you?
Is someone getting the best of you? I think Martin Truex Jr. was getting the best of the field this weekend. What do you think?
Probably. I think he had the 30th best car.
He did. If Chris Buescher would have been up here leading. I think Chris Buescher was the only one that had a shot at him.
Probably him or McDowell. So my dog is yelling in the background.
Who let the dogs out? You know what that song's about? Ugly bitches.
Is it really?
Swear to God.
I think I heard that song for the first time on that
Shrek.
No.
Who's that Shrek, wasn't it?
It was like a skiing movie or snow with snow dogs. I think it's
Never heard of it.
Something. It was called something like that. Anyways, welcome back to the Highline, episode 62 of the Highline.
Beard Motorsports Cars, number 62.
Yes.
So,
Brendan
Gaughan.
Austin Hill.
Noah
Gregson last year.
Gregson. That's it.
Timothy Hill.
He drove that car?
No, I have freaking idea.
Next week's going to be an issue.
63?
Yeah, I don't know if that number's ever been raced in NASCAR, but next week's going to be an interesting episode. We're going to have to come up with some shit.
Andy Lally.
Never heard of him.
He drove 63, didn't he?
I don't know. He drove this weekend.
He did. Ran like shit.
Duh.
It's
Andy Lally.
He's trash. Won the Rookie of the Year, though. Or was that Stephen Light? Stephen Light won the Rookie of the Year.
I think Stephen Heavy won it. Or Stephen Dark. This
is a NASCAR podcast.
It is, but we'll talk about other things for the first couple minutes. First off being...
How big?
Is the Nuggets winning the championship? Huge.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, the Nuggets are your NBA Finals champions.
NBA Finals champions.
That's how they read it in the NBA. That's what they say.
Of course.
Yeah. But
Big dome.
Yeah, it's they won. So almost like I called that like 6 weeks ago when the playoffs started.
When y'all were fucking beating the Lakers.
When we were beating the Timberwolves.
Timberwolves?
Those guys.
I think we could beat the Timberwolves.
Who's we?
Me, you, and the boys back home.
Yeah, the boys around here.
Boys around
drinking
here.
that ice cold beer.
Spitting that little chew.
Yeah.
Something like that. Now, congratulations to your Nuggets. I was cheering for the Heat. Shit happens. I didn't lose any sleep over it.
I mean, it's fine. I'd probably, if your team was playing, which you don't have an NBA team, but if your team's playing, I'll probably be rooting for the other team too.
Yeah. So what is that, 3 years in a row? Or no, 2 years.
2 years in a row, one of my teams have won a championship. So last year, of course, it was the Avalanche. This year, the Nuggets. But
you were way happier last year.
I was, because I care more about hockey than I do about basketball. But it's still good to see my guys win. Also, what you were saying about the 3 years, the team's owned by Stan Kroenke.
Yes.
The same guy that owns the Avalanche and the same guy that owns the Los Angeles Rams. So he's won a championship in 3 of the 5 major sports in 3 consecutive years. So there's Rams 3 years ago.
Well, was it 3 years ago?
It's 3 Super Bowls ago that the Rams won it, right?
2 Super Bowls ago. Because they won it in the 22.
So they won it the same year that the Avs won the...
Yeah, last year.
Did they really? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because Kansas City won it this year.
Well then he's won 3 of the last...
2.
3 championships in 2 years. That's good for him.
How is that possible?
Yeah. But yeah, it's good stuff.
What else did we do?
Played some golf today. I whooped that ass. Surprise.
Yeah, I went.
I still played like shit, but I just played less like shit than y'all did.
Yeah. I went to the gym earlier this morning, which is probably a mistake. Because by fucking the back nine, I was
tired by the back.
I was fucking exhausted, and I couldn't hit fucking straighter than a fucking curve on the road. So I sucked at golf today, like I did a week and a half ago. But it's only my third time golfing, so I guess it's part of the struggle.
Like I
Rarely
said,
does anybody come out there and hit like damn Tiger Woods.
I've been playing for like 6 years and I still suck. So
yeah, it's a sport that takes a lot of patience, and I don't think that's the sport that I don't have any patience.
Yeah, me or you are not strong in the patience department. I will say this: you hit some good shots.
I did.
I hit some great shots.
Yeah, last shot on well, it wasn't 18. It was what 9? No, 1. No. We started out at 10.
Yeah, we played the back first.
Yeah, on 9, the last hole, you hit a hell of a second shot.
Yeah,
to get on the green, that was a good shot.
Mm-hmm.
Had a couple, but had a chance to make a damn bogey and fucking 3-putted.
That's golf, man.
3-putted.
That's golf for you.
The best shot of the night or day, and I fucked it up.
That's the shitty thing about golf is that you hit 3 good shots and you still come out of there with a triple bogey. But
yeah, as you can't tell, we're fucking kind of exhausted right now.
Tired. Not really even drunk. I mean, we've been drinking all day, but we're not really even drunk.
Yeah, I wasn't even buzzed on the way home.
Done.
I was just more exhausted. Yeah. Like I needed like water. I got back here and chugged a water bottle and stuff like that.
But we're gonna get drunk during this podcast, so
we'll finally start to feel it. We sweat it all out at the golf course today.
We did. Well,
other than that, how was your weekend?
It wasn't too bad. I worked all weekend, cleaned up, clean cut, and clean shave.
Lies.
I do have a cover off 68 that I don't own, but worked all weekend. I'm training this new guy, so that's interesting. Watched some racing on. Well, I fell asleep watching the Xfinity race, so I think
that's easy to do.
Yeah, I mean, I'd worked all day and stayed up all night watching basketball Friday night, right? And play Friday night. Yeah, so we watched a game Friday night.
Well, you kicked me out at the end of the third, I think.
Yeah, it was something the end of the third. Went to sleep.
Started coming back, and I was like, do I need to come back over there?
Yeah. Went to sleep, and then didn't get very much sleep. Then Saturday, was tired all day, and came home and was watching the Xfinity race and fell out. Then watched the race yesterday. Or 2 days ago, excuse me. This is Tuesday.
Yeah, they all run together. Yeah. They all do.
So, but it's pretty much my weekend: working, sleep, and NASCAR. Well, as it usually is.
Yeah. I was off this weekend. What did I do? Watch racing. I watched dogs all week while my wife and her family went to the beach. Well, I had to work all week, but like I said, I had the weekend off, so that was fun, kind of. But I really just kind of I did some housework. I'm a house bitch, I guess. Yeah, that's about it. I didn't really do a whole lot. Like I went golfing today. Yesterday was Monday. What did we do Monday? Go over to our buddy's house and watch the game. The Nuggets and Heat. Watch you fail to shotgun filled half a beer on the damn floor at our buddy's house. Although you did do well with time wise, but you fucked it. Because I know if that was me, you'd be, oh my god, half the beer's on the fucking floor.
I would have said that, yes.
Yeah, I know. So hey, goes both ways. Hello.
Okay.
Yeah, balls. But no, it was a pretty quiet weekend for me, and I'm looking forward to this week off as far as NASCAR goes. Although I work all weekend this weekend, so it's a good weekend for NASCAR not to be racing because I'll be working. So we'll see how everything goes, but not a whole lot fucking happened with me. Just fucking chilling. But I did get something right. The second time that I've gotten the actual race winner correctly. And I think it's only the fourth time since this show has started that we have called the exact race winner. I picked Martin Truex Jr. last week, and he went out and proved me right. Won the race on Sunday. That was a 2-pointer, baby. So I stretched my lead from 3 points to 5 going into the week off. So it's an 11-6 advantage for me now. You got some catching up to do, my boy.
2 wins. I'll be right back in it.
Yeah. But you've only done that 2 other times throughout the last 50 races.
I'm playing a strategy.
Playing a long game.
Yep. I'm letting you get all the wins out early, and I'm going to come back. I'm going to play Tony Stewart.
2011.
We'll start heating up about now. So,
that's all it takes, a couple wins.
But yeah, I was thinking about Truex and picking him, but of course, it is
You're an
what
idiot.
it is. Yeah, so my guy didn't do poorly. He's always fast.
No,
there.
but when you pick Larson, he needs to get at least a point for you.
He qualifies on the pole there every year.
And then the one time he doesn't.
Yeah, so it's
he fucked up qualifying.
It is what it is. But I thought Larson would be better. Those Toyotas were trash there last year. That's why I stayed away from them. But
that's why I thought about staying away from him.
It is what it is. Thought about Buescher as well, but I thought this would be the one that he didn't.
It wouldn't have mattered.
Do well in. I know it wouldn't have, but it is what it is. But it's kind of a boring race.
Boring weekend of racing, really.
Yeah, I mean,
the Xfinity race wasn't good.
I liked the no stage breaks.
Yeah.
I like the fact that the race played out naturally, but
when the natural cautions happened, it fucked the race over.
Yeah,
it made
the natural cautions happened at the worst time possible. So, but that's racing sometimes. So, it is what it is, especially when it's this difficult to pass. I mean,
Well, here's I got a question for you. So
yes.
the tire fall off was pretty apparent. Like tires did wear, but yet you still really hardly could pass. Why is that?
Because everybody's tires fell off at the same rate. And it was.
I was about to say, I think it's just the car.
It was follow the leader. I mean, clean air is king. Denny was the fastest car on the track until he got mired back in traffic, and then he was 15th. Truex was kind of quick, but he wasn't catching Denny in that first stage. And then he took the lead, and nobody else could catch him. Now, he was probably the best guy in traffic. He was probably the best car, but it wouldn't have mattered. Whoever took the lead there at the end was probably going to win the race. So I thought it was
on a decent amount of the same tire strategy.
Yeah. So I think it was more the car than anything. Definitely wasn't the track, and it wasn't the drivers, because you had Kyle Busch up there and some other guys that are really good on road courses that had an opportunity to win at the end and just couldn't keep it close enough to old Truex at the end.
Yeah, I was thinking about that watching it on Sunday. Like, we complained about tires not wearing and can't pass and stuff like that. Well, we had tire fall off and had a decent amount of it. I mean, without thinking about a course of 10 laps, you had a couple second and a half, 2 seconds of fall off from lap time. So that was good. But like you said, they all kind of fell off at the same time. And I think we sometimes underestimate how good these guys are at these road courses now. It's not like 15, 20 years ago where you had a couple road course rangers like Ron Fellows, Boris said, come in here and run top 5. You don't get that no more. These guys are too good nowadays, and they don't make a whole lot of mistakes. And when they do, it costs them a lot, because other guys don't make a whole lot of mistakes either. So I think it's kind of that too. Like, these guys are super, super honed in on the road courses now and getting better at it. But Bo Wallace used to be terrible, and he's still not great at it, but he got a top 20 at Sonoma on Sunday, and that's pretty damn good for his standards. That takes a lot of effort, and I'm sure he's practiced that a lot because there's so many road courses on the schedule now. So I think it's just kind of a combination of everything. The cars are not great on road courses. We've known that. The Dakota race this year was really good, actually. just because no stage breaks worked out and the cautions didn't fall at unopportune times for the race to get kind of stale and, we can only do this now. We got to do this, and it's not really going to work. That's what made COTA so good. And other than the last 10 laps where it got, a wreck fest, which I'm glad it didn't get like that on Sunday at Sonoma, because that would have just made this race even worse. But I think it's just kind of the car it's just not a great car at road courses, especially at Sonoma when it's so technical, and these cars these cars brake so well, and the steering's so smooth and etiquette. It's just like it's almost too easy, I feel like, and that kind of reverts back to my point of saying these drivers are too good now, but it's kind of them and the car. I think it's kind of a mixture of both. These drivers are way better at road courses now than they ever been, and the car handles so much more like a sports car than it used to handle in a big, bulky stock car back in the day, when the stock cars back in the day were not meant to turn right. And that's what made it so difficult and so interesting back in the day. It's unfortunate, but, the best driver won at the end of the day. And that's always one of a positive thing you can look at. You didn't want Ryan Blaney going up there and somehow winning the race when he ran 25th to 30th all day. You didn't want Kyle Busch, who I know won stage 2, but he only did that because of strategy. He was never a top 5 car. Now he did a good job hanging on to it, but he'd never had a top 5 car. Or Joey Logano, the same thing. He finished 3rd. He had a top 15 car, maybe. The Fords were not good except for McDowell and Buescher on Sunday. So glad the fastest guy for the most part won. I would have liked to see McDowell and Buescher against Truex. I think those two were the only two that could maybe keep up with him for a long run, because you saw Kyle on that last restart for about a couple laps. He closed in on Truex about a couple car lengths. He just couldn't maintain it. His car really fell off those last about 6-7 laps. So it was
Chris is just not good enough on restarts.
Yeah, and I said that on that restart. I was like, this is not. I was like, yes, you needed that caution for Chris, but I was like, he's gonna get mauled. He's, especially with guys on older tires like Chase, Ryan Blaney, and Tyler Reddick, who none of them three were great all day. Chase is probably the best one. He was like a 10th place car. Chris had to be aggressive right there, and he didn't. He could have turned or forced the issue on Kyle Busch.
He could have.
Yeah, but he didn't, and then he fell back a couple positions, and then he took his way all the way up to the last couple laps to get back to top 5. So end of the day, it was another very average NASCAR race. I'm glad there was no bullshit chaos at the end, but it was just kind of a race. I'll give it a 5 out of 10.